Good afternoon. Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media and leader of the Embedded and IoT franchises, and I'm here for my weekly chat, my 5 minutes with Eric Miller, who is the co-founder and CEO of Avi-On Labs. Good afternoon, Eric. How are you?
Good afternoon. Thanks. It's great to be here.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so you guys do lighting using Bluetooth, lighting in the home, and I've seen lots of people do this with Zigbee and even with Wi-Fi, but I'm not really familiar with anybody who was doing this before with Bluetooth. Why'd you pick that medium?
Sure, and we are the leading Bluetooth mesh platform. So we're using something called Bluetooth Mesh. It's a new technology that will shortly be certified as a standard by the Bluetooth organization. So it will become a new global standard in radio communications. It allows us to use ordinary low-cost Bluetooth radios, which can be embedded in everything from a light bulb to a light switch to anything at a very low cost. Then the devices can all talk to each other. Unlike those other systems that always have a hub or gateway that's fairly complicated to set up and install, we don't have any of that. All the devices can talk to each other and set up simply with using any mobile phone in the world. That gives us a couple of unique benefits. First, the system is very secure and reliable because the switches and the devices and the lights all talk to each other directly. And so if your internet goes down or your hub gets unplugged, your lights still work. The second thing is all those devices can talk to each other, so you don't have to take your phone with you to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, which is a limitation of the Wi-Fi systems. But yet you can still set it up and use it with any mobile phone because Bluetooth is one of the only radios that's in every phone literally in the world. So we find that we get low cost, easy to set up, high reliability, high security, and a lot less complexity than any other system out there.
Now you're talking about the Bluetooth Mesh, which I believe has not been approved as a standard yet. Does that talk without any issues with every other Bluetooth that's out there?
So we're using a version of Bluetooth Mesh created in partnership with between Qualcomm and Avi-On, and we actually jointly donated the spec for that to the Bluetooth committee, and it served as the basis for that standard. So there's a lot of similarity between the standard that's emerging from the SIG and the one that we're using today.
But
if you want, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying a lot of similarities. You know, am I assured that it'll work every time, all the time?
Absolutely. As you upgrade, like any system, as you upgrade and things change, we'll provide firmware updates that will create forward compatibility and maintain compatibility over time as the standards and things evolve, which is the same. It works with any other system. We're able to update the firmware remotely on any of the devices, just using your mobile phone.
Now, what happens when I'm out at the restaurant and I say, did I leave those lights on? Because it's Bluetooth, I can't get outside the house. What does that do for me?
Great question. So we have another small unit called a remote access bridge. It's just a couple inches by an inch square. You plug it in the wall, you set it up, configure it to your Wi-Fi network, and that links the local Bluetooth network with our Wi-Fi with our cloud and that service, which allows you to use your system remotely using your mobile phone, Amazon Alexa, pretty much anything else. So we actually provide the same type of interoperability and connections between systems of any of these other systems. But unlike those other systems, it's just another way to talk to your network. It's just like a switch. It's just like your phone. If for some reason your Wi-Fi is down, your lights are still going to work, but you still have all the benefits of all that internet connectivity.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, I got another one for you. Now, I saw this on your website, and I'm going to call you on this. It says Avi-On claims that they can cut a manufacturer development time by 12 to 18 months. That seems like a stretch to me. How do you do that?
So another thing that's different about Avi-On, I think, than a lot of people is we work directly with lighting manufacturers, switch manufacturers, who embed our technology directly into their products. So we have a whole family of Bluetooth modules that we've created that are optimized for Bluetooth mesh and lighting controls. They're very low cost, very easy to integrate, and we have a lot of predefined antenna options that make it very, very easy to basically pop a chip in, write a quick protocol that interfaces with their device. We help optimize the antenna choices, and they're off and running. And I stand by that statement. The record is 10 minutes. People have just plugged them in and they're ready to go. We also support pretty much all of the standard low-level control protocols that you might have in a device out of the box. So basically, we're taking a standard product that's pre-certified, standard firmware that's pretty close, doing a few tweaks, and they're off and running. We've done over 30 integrations, and I would say none of them have taken more than about 3 to 6 months maximum.
Okay, I like that 10 minutes mark. That sounded great.
And we do. The other thing is one of the things if people aren't familiar with doing radio products is if you do a custom integration from scratch, the certification for the FCC Bluetooth, there's a lot of expensive testing required that can add months and tens of thousands of dollars to the cost of a project. That's one of the reasons they typically take that long. Our products are already pre-certified, and so the manufacturer doesn't have to go through all of those steps. They really can just essentially order our parts, put them in, and they're off and running. So that's one of the things that saves a lot of time. And as I said, we've pretty much pre-built everything. Because we're a complete solution, everything from the module, the radio module, to the firmware, to the mobile applications, to the cloud, all of that is already pre-integrated and in production. So when you bring a new device, you're not creating a whole system. You're simply bringing one more device onto the platform. And if you use a fairly standard protocol, you just basically pop it in and go.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, we've used up our 5 minutes, so I'll let our listeners find out this stuff for themselves, and I'm actually very curious to see if I can get my hands on this myself to see if I can do that. But that was Eric Miller. He is the co-founder and CEO of Avi-On Labs, and I'm Rich Nass with Open Systems Media. Thank you, Eric. Have a great day.
Thanks. It was great talking with you. You can Avi-On.com. You can get all of our products as well as major retail and through professional lighting distributors.
Sounds good.